Hey, what's up, YouTube? Sorry I didn't get to making this video a week ago. I know I said I was going to make it right after my Nerf CS6 review, but I was having problems uploading the video, so I ran out of time and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So today I'm going to be showing you a video on how to modify your Nerf StrikeFire. So it's a Nerf dart tag series gun. So to do this modification, you're going to need a tiny Phillips head screwdriver, and by tiny I mean thickness-wise, not length. A flathead, any kind of flathead. It doesn't need to be large or small, but I prefer a large flathead because it helps you just get into what we're going to be doing. It helps you get into it better. We're going to be using it to kind of pry things open. And the optional things are, you don't need this, but a flashlight. So if you're going to be doing this kind of in a darkish room, helps you see the screws better if they're down in there. And so it's just, if you can't really see it that well, you can use a flashlight. And then two clear Ziploc bags. So I use these for holding screws so that they can't get away. And the reason you want two is because before we start, I want to point out that there's 15 screws in this entire thing. One on this side and 14 on this side. And these two right here, these two, right here and right here, right under the 5-dart holder, they are smaller than all the rest, so I put those in a different bag. So that helps me. Alright, so the mods that we're going to be doing today are we're going to be doing a couple mods, and they're all very simple. This is one of the easiest mods to guns to mod. Really simple. And I'm sorry if this thing just collapses while we're recording, but, sorry if that happens, but really simple mods. So I'm going to be teaching you how, if you want to remove the 5-dart holder. I know it gets in the way of some people, and you can put in, no, it doesn't really get in the way, but you can put in other things, like, I don't know, laser, I don't know, or like just a kind of tiny flashlight. So that'll help. I'm going to be showing you how to, if you want, remove this part right here. This attaches to tactical rails, but I know it gets in the way of some people, or it kind of hurts their hand while they're cocking, so that'll help you. I'll show you how to get rid of that. I'm going to be showing you how to do the trigger mod, which basically helps your trigger pull back faster. I'm going to be showing you, hold on a minute. So I'm going to be showing you how to do the trigger mod, and I'll be showing you how to do the penny mod, which is a pretty old school mod. It's really simple. And I'll be showing you how to remove the air restrictor. So if you're going to be removing the air restrictor, then also you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I got that wrong. And a drill. But I'm not going to be actually doing that mod, but I'm going to be teaching you how to do it. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is decide whether you are removing this 5-dart holder or not. Or what also you can be doing for modding is, I can teach you how to customize the colors so that, like, let's say you exchange these so that this part's orange, or you could switch these out, the things that attach to tactical rails. So just to be sure, you probably want to remove this screw, because that'll help you get this out. So first you want to remove this screw, and then you got to remember, just to make sure you remember, these two are smaller than all the others, so you want to put those in a separate place and put them back in these exactly correct. So then you want to unscrew, don't unscrew these yet. So unscrew this one, and then you want to unscrew these 4 on the cocking mechanism. These 4. So I've already unscrewed everything. After you unscrew those 4, you want to just take this half of the cocking mechanism. The entire gun is kind of split in half, except this part and this part. Otherwise, this part. Otherwise, it's completely split in half, completely. So you just want to take this half of the cocking mechanism off. That comes off really simply, and I'm just gonna sit that right here. Alright, so now you want to kind of try to keep this part on if you can. So I'm going to set it down. And then you want to unscrew all these screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, these two are smaller, so keep those somewhere special. 8, 9, 10. And then we already unscrewed this one, so that's 11. And then 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So you want to unscrew all the screws on this side. After you do that, very carefully, you want to just kind of take this part up a little, and then you can come in just so that you can be sure with your flathead. So I'm gonna use it right here, and you want to make sure that you unscrew this one. Last time I tried to film this video, I accidentally didn't do that one, so it kind of failed. So you can just pry this open a little, and that should be good to go. So your case just comes right off. So we're done with our flathead. We don't really need it anymore. So this is, remember, try to keep this half on. If you can't, then I'll tell you what. The reason you want to keep this part on is because this metal bar right here, this bar, is attached to this side of the cocking mechanism. And there's a little spring right here that has a metal piece at the end of it. And you want to make sure that there is a metal ring at the end of it. You want to make sure that ring, the metal pole is inside the ring. You want to make sure that's there. So this is a good view of your internals. So if you want to remove the 5-dart holder, then you can just slip that out. And if it accidentally comes off when you're putting it back in, you just want to make sure that the part that's in this notch right here, that's in front, you want to just make sure that's in front. And you don't want to put it in this way, like this. You want to make sure that's like this, and that this part's right here. This part right here goes right here, and this part right here goes right here. So that just kind of fits in there. Make sure they're both in their little notches. And so, if this is what ends up happening to you, this part comes out, the plunger, you have your spring. You just want to push that back, and this little X right here, I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of sticks out right here, yeah. You put that inside the little metal ring, and it's going to end up going behind, this part is going to end up going behind this part. So what you want to do is you want to line up this larger notch right here, it's got this part sticking out of it, and this larger notch right here. You want to line those up, and you want to make sure that this little black thing is lined up with this piece. So you want to stick this behind there, pull the spring back, and put the X in the spring, and then do that, and you can adjust it until this part goes in perfectly. So let me get that. That part we can remove for now. We'll put it back later. So let me get it. It can be kind of tricky to get on. But I just got it. So this part and this part go right here. You can just leave that somewhere. So I just got it. So you want to make sure that it's put in there perfectly. And then I'm going to apply this back. So you want to make sure this metal pole goes through the hole at the end of the spring. So remember that. And then so I'm going to put this part back in here. So basically this metal rod, if it comes off, goes in this one at the end. And you want to turn it so that it's like this. And you just want to stick it on there. And if it doesn't fit perfectly, if it's not correct, then try flipping it over and doing it, and it'll work. So now it works. So here's where I'm going to be showing you how to do the mod. So just make sure that your gun's like this. Put it back together like this if it collapses when you take it apart. But so now I'm going to start with the mod. So the first mod we're going to be doing is the trigger mod. So let's do a comparison between the modded one with the trigger mod. So I've already modded this gun. It has a trigger mod. Versus the one that's not modded. So this is your whole trigger system right here, these springs and this. But this spring right here is completely unnecessary. I don't even know why the Nerf people added that. Basically, in order to get a full fire, you have to pull that back all the way, which can kind of be a pain because it kind of pulls back slowly. But if we look at this one, and I remove the spring right here on this one, so that's the trigger mod, it pulls back way fast, as opposed to this one, which doesn't pull back as fast. And you don't have to pull it all the way back in order to get a full fire. And even if you do, it pulls back much simpler. So we can take that out by just taking your screwdriver in there and kind of pushing it, or you can just use your fingers, or both. So I just got that out, and you can sit it somewhere you won't be needing it. So now, trigger mod done. It goes much faster now, as you can see. So now we're gonna do the, by the way, we're moving in order to least hardest to hardest. Now we're gonna do the penny mod. So in order to do the penny mod, you're gonna want to remove the plunger system. So this is the plunger system. You're gonna want to remove the spring and the plunger, and you're gonna want to take this part out if you have it. Make sure that's laid right there. So the penny mod is a simple mod that basically you have 1 to 3 pennies. 4 pennies might break your gun. So these 3 pennies, basically what you do is you stick them right here. So I'm gonna be using 2, but I recommend 1 to 3. And basically what you do when you put it back, it compresses your spring, so it gives you what's the word I'm looking for? More firepower. So it might decrease your range, how far the gun shoots by a little bit, but so I recommend, yeah, and yeah, I'm actually gonna do 3 just to be sure, because that's what some other videos I was watching recommended. So you want to make sure that it's lined up like I told you before, and you want to put that back in there. So let me get that. And if the pennies fall out, then you just want to adjust them so that they go back. So let me try to get this. Like I said, it can be a pain sometimes to get this. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to want to put that there. And kind of just move it around until it kind of snaps in. And that probably was going to happen. So I'm going to put this part in actually first. And try to get that in. And then I'm going to, there we go. And then I'm going to put the pennies in and everything. So now I'm going to put my pennies in. So you just stick them in like that. And I'm going to put that spring in. Push it back, and there we go. So that's the penny mod done, and I don't know why I put it back in there, because next mod I'm going to be showing you requires me to do this. So let me put this back on really quick. Sorry. So now I'm going to be showing you how to remove the air restrictor. And, oh, by the way, a tip I saw from another video, I don't know if it works or not, but a trick might, it says it increase your range a little bit, so the video says, but basically if you take your other StrikeFire and take it apart, this O-ring right here, it's called an O-ring, that little black ring. If you take that off your other one and put it right here, they said it can increase your range by a little. So, I don't know if that helps or not, but they might. So, basically, we're going to be drilling out the air restrictor. I'm not going to actually do it. So, you just want to go in with your needle nose pliers right here, twist it around a little, take your drill, and just drill a clean hole through. So, that's it. And so, I might have to make 2 parts of this video because I'm running low on time. But if that's the case, not a big deal. Oh yeah, forgot the plunger system. So, put it back in, line it up. Put that part right there. And take the spring out.